All right, I am joined here today by Ashleigh Ogle. Welcome to SA Boxing Talk. Firstly, before we even start the interview, how are you doing?
I'm all good. How are you?
I'm good. Oh,
Thank you for having me.
it's an absolute pleasure. Obviously, I saw you on the weekend, the past weekend at the Second Sight Promotions, and you starting to really take to the sport, love the sport of boxing.
I love boxing, especially the discipline. It's mostly the discipline, and let me tell you something, street fighting and boxing, two different things.
I've got to get into that really quickly. Street fighting? What's that about?
Well, I know how to throw a punch or two. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but boxing, I mean, when you're in the ring and you get punched in the face, you've got to now remember the rules. You've got to remember, hey, there's discipline. There's a certain way of doing this. There's a certain way of doing that. And you've got to follow certain protocol. And I mean, yes, it's a contact sport, but you don't realize that you can hug and love the person and still like beat them up at the same time.
But I mean, your mindset, right, in the preparation for fighting and stuff, it would have been the first time you ever got in the ring, this fight that you had in Durban. How was the mindset when you first knew that you're going to get this opportunity?
So my mind was dead bent on the GBV aspect. That has been my go-to, that's been my discipline, that has been my focus around the whole thing. And fortunately enough for me, I fought Cassandra, and she supports the same movement. So it was easy for me with my coaches, with my agent, with my team, with everyone. We all had the same mindset. So thinking about what it is that I went through didn't make me angry getting into the zone of things, but it did kind of give me the opportunity to let all of that anger out. So it wasn't necessarily to release, but it was, hey, I'm fighting for something that is way bigger than me. So that's what kept me sane, somewhat.
So, I mean, look, going through that experience, and now that you have done it, and you got the belt on the couch with you there, obviously you earned that in the ring. How does it feel now?
I won't lie, I haven't really felt it as much as I anticipated it because of the follow-through from after the boxing to now. But the feedback that I'm getting personally from the boxing community has been impeccable, amazing. The people are so loving and the support has been amazing. And I think people are happy to see me doing something that is encouraging. And the young girls want to get into boxing, so it's a lot of pressure on me to now teach them everything that it is that I know. So it's been fun. It's been crazy, actually.
It's been a journey. Obviously, I had met you through this whole experience as well. We met at Ferro Auto where we did like a mini press conference to sort of announce the opponents and everything.
Yeah.
You had an opponent that was at that particular event, and that fight never materialized. And I'd just like to know just what happened in that instance.
Well, as everybody knows, I was fighting Ino Morolong. She is known for her controversy and her sharp tongue. I, however, did not know her at all. I met her the first day at Ferro Motors for the face-off, and I greeted her. She came through with a big mouth on some rah-rah-rah, but I get it, it's the hype of the boxing, it's smack talk and whatever. And then I greeted her, and then she saw me, and then it was a thing of, oh, Ashleigh's gonna beat your ass, It was like one of those things, like, it's gonna be bad, it's gonna be hectic. But unfortunately, had a bit of an altercation with the law, and she's got a bad reputation when it comes to slandering women and kind of being negative and, kind of defacing women. She would have been the perfect person to fight because she is GBV. She's a bully, and she would have been perfect. But unfortunately, the sponsors and everyone didn't agree with having her on board, so Tumelo had to then fire her. She was let go, so we were brought in for a meeting, and at the meeting, Tumelo, he said in the best way that he could that this is the story, and we have to withdraw from you. Ashleigh, however, we're gonna find you a new fighter. It was actually maybe less than a week. We had to find a new fighter. I think about 3-4 days before the fight. But God was on my side. We got Cassandra LaRue. She was amazing. She's a professional MMA fighter, so she was allowed to use her legs. I was a goner. But yeah, she's a good sport. It was amazing, and yeah, and it's unfortunate. A lot of people actually wanted me to whoop Ino's ass for her controversy and the things that she's obviously done. It's unfortunate, but you never know. Maybe I'll get another chance one day.
How would that fight have gone? Like if you actually got in the ring with Ino as opposed to, Cass, who obviously is a trained fighter. Ino, on the other hand, is not a trained fighter. She's just, another human being.
Yeah.
How would that fight have gone?
If I'm being 100% honest with you, and I'm not trying to be spicy, she got into the gym once. She was more interested in clubbing and partying and drinking champagne and, going on trips and things like that. So her head wasn't really in the game. So I definitely think it would have been an ass whooping. And I think it wouldn't have been fair on her end, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I would have definitely won that fight. That's for sure.
What does it say about your ability in the boxing ring? The fact that you did beat a professional MMA fighter as well. I mean, obviously it was a split decision. If I'm correct me if I'm mistaken, but it was a very close fight.
Wow, fighting a professional, I do have to say that she took it easy on me because those punches I did feel, but it was professional on every leg that you can stand on, because there was even a point in those 3 rounds where I felt like, okay, shit, is this what that fatigue lost? So, okay, now I must remember to breathe, actually remember to breathe. But she looked at me and she, like, in the ring, every time she looked at me, it was like she was telling me to breathe. Yes. So we worked together in the ring, and it was a weird thing because we didn't have to have a conversation about it. It was kind of like a body language thing in the ring where she could read me and I could read her. It's crazy, actually. Like, boxing really showed me that if you know your techniques, you really can avoid certain things. You can approach certain things differently. And I think that she let me win, if I'm being honest with you. I think she let me win. But she's a good sport. She was a good sport. But another thing I need to mention is I'd much rather be punched in the face 1,000 times than get punched in the gut. Because, wow, I had no air. Like, it was insane.
Let's maybe encourage the sport for other celebrity boxers, well, potential celebrity boxers as well, female fighters, female celebrities. What would you recommend to them? Would you recommend the sport to them? Because it isn't easy. I know that it isn't easy, but is that something that you'd say go for it? At least experience it once in your life.
I'm so glad that you brought that up, because moving forward, I'm actually going to be doing women's only boxing competitions with professionals, white collar and everything. I want to show women that this is a sport that can also define your body, can define your health. It can bring in so many more benefits. And also, I mean, who doesn't want to like blow off some steam? You know what I mean? And I mean, I have a younger daughter, and I mean, she saw like how disciplined I was, and she actually had questions. So I'd love to encourage all women. And I mean, something that I realized at the Legends competition, that a lot of women did want to compete, but the Islamic women, they can't compete because there's a lot of men around. So I want to do the first women's only boxing competition.
So that disqualifies me then, right?
Yeah, definitely. All men disqualified. Like a female ref, female judges, female boxers, new and old, celebrities, like from all aspects, all colors, all shapes, all sizes. I want to bring everything into it. Like even health products. I want to teach girls. Like there's also something that came up as well. So when females are on their menstrual cycle, they're actually their strongest. So that's something that I learned as well. So I want to be educated on the benefits of boxing as a woman and what it can do for our body and our hormones especially. And I mean in schools as well. I want to encourage boxing more because of the discipline. And I keep mentioning the discipline, because going through my traumas of fighting, of being a GBV survivor, in that moment you don't know what to do. But it helps you mentally. Mentally, it helps you understand what you're going through. It helps you understand what it is that you need to do to avoid certain situations, and what it is that when you're in the situation, how to defend yourself. So those are the things that I want to focus on, and I want to bring and encourage every woman to at least try it once in their life.
Wow. I think that's actually really powerful, because I've seen that as well. And you see, one of the referees at the event was also head of Wolmerans.
Yes,
she's 9 wins, no losses.
She's amazing.
And she's on the cusp of fighting for a world title.
Oh, wow. I actually saw her from a distance, and I wanted to greet. But you know when someone is in the zone, I just didn't want to disturb her because I know what it felt like for me to be in the zone. And I mean, I have the utmost respect for boxers. They are disciplined and they are so strict, like from head to toe. Their weight class, and I mean, if they like 1 gram overweight, they are like finished. So I love the mental capacity that they have, the fitness, the regimes. I mean, when I went into camp, I was training twice a day because I only had 2 weeks to fight. So it was nice to see them so dedicated. So it showed me that what I was doing and all of the information overload that I had to learn in such a short space, now I understand what it takes to get in that ring. And it is not easy. My nerves were shot dead. Dead. Excuse me.
One of the biggest names in the sport you met while you were in KZN as well, Sivenati, the special one on Shinga. He's the only legitimate world champion South Africa has at the moment. So, I mean, for you to meet someone like that is a huge thing because he's the biggest name in the sport.
So this is the thing. So when I met Sive, he is actually so humble. He's God-fearing like me. So we kicked it off like a house on fire. We chat all the time and he gives me pointers with boxing. I actually was coached by him and Terence, who is another champion. Yes. So, I mean, Terence is like 2 meters tall. So I was training with him, but I was like boxing in the sky. He's like, come on, champ, stretch. And I'm like, have you seen how tall you are? But these men are gifted. They are talented in ways that only God can give you. And they are disciplined. They are dedicated wholeheartedly to the sport. The words that they gave me were not words of courage. They were words of, hey, you know why you're doing this. That's why you're getting in the ring. Stay focused. Defend yourself. Keep your mind in. Don't let anybody get in your head. You know, like they were strong. They really pulled on my heartstrings. And I mean, Siva is full of jokes. And so he helped me with my nerves. And yeah, wow. I mean, meeting champions, celebrity boxing, meeting celebrities in boxing was like, it was a full circle moment.
Like the whole boxing world experience, but I also want to go into your experience as well, because you built yourself towards, you know, this big moment, and obviously you got it because you got the belt. But how was the experience from the moment you signed the contract on the video to the time you got to the ring?
So in the beginning, the experience, I mean, I opted for this. I put myself in this position. So I was very grateful at the fact that I got accepted to get in the ring. I mean, I didn't even know about a payment or anything. I mean, the payment was just a blessing on top of it. As time went by, obviously I did the shakedown with, and then she got arrested and all of this drama came out. And then, Babalwa stands for woman, supporting women. She is actually somebody that I know, but she's on the more of the EFF side of supporting things. And obviously Tamila Ramaphosa is on the ANC side. So there was a bit of conflict with that. Then when Ino left, the drama that came with that kind of put a damper on me a little bit because I was discouraged, because the focus was kind of just on that and not GBV and not the Statics, what Statics was trying to accomplish with this whole project. And then it turned into very last minute. Everything was done very last minute. It wasn't very organized, wasn't very professional as to what I'm used to. My team actually did a lot to make this project happen, and they weren't really, I wouldn't say they were treated unfairly, but they weren't really compensated or given any gratitude towards the Statics Meet boxing, celebrity boxing, which was kind of sad. And then after I won my title, the next day we woke up in Durban and it was like, it didn't happen. So there was no celebration, there was no follow-through from Statics' side with regards to the celebrity boxing, which was quite sad. I did my own campaigns, I did my own press releases, I did my own media, I did my own content, I did everything basically my own. My gear, I got my own sponsorships, which was great. My team pulled off last-minute things. But my experience all around with the Statics celebrity boxing wasn't very tasteful because of and it's sad to say this because in entertainment there's always drama. There's always drama. But it was unfortunate that the females on the team per se, and I don't like to speak badly about people, but it's unfortunate. They were not very, I don't know what word to use. Yeah, they didn't really do shit.
Okay.
They didn't do anything. And yeah, it kind of died afterwards. And the support from Stadix wasn't really there. And also, I don't understand how Eno got paid a purse for the boxing and didn't end up boxing or put in any work whatsoever for this whole thing. So yeah, it was disappointing. Very disappointing, especially for the boxing community. We could have done something really great, but yeah, it's up to me. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do and keep the ship moving.
I got to ask a follow-up to that as well. What's the relationship like now moving forward? I mean, do you if an opportunity is presented to you again, do you then think about it? Do you take it? What's your mindset?
I would definitely take the opportunity because, I mean, I hold the title. I'm still waiting for my Stadix belt, by the way, 001. I'm waiting for that. I'm sitting cozy now with Njilo's belt, mind you. Mine is coming soon, so we need to do a follow-up.
Yes.
But yeah, I will take on the opportunity. Obviously, I have to give somebody my title. Well, they have to fight for my title. And I look forward to getting in the ring again. But I'm definitely going to renegotiate a few things moving forward because now I know the ins and outs about putting this production together. And now I know how popular boxing actually is. There is a demand for female boxers, like a huge demand. So I'm ready. I am ready to do the next one. And I'm definitely going to do it on my own.
Okay, I have to ask you then, who's a fight? I don't know if you've thought about it. I'm just putting you on the spot really because this wasn't even discussed.
Okay.
Is there a potential person that you'd love to share the ring with?
I actually have a few.
Okay.
I'd like to squash a lot of entertainment dilemmas, per se. I wouldn't want to mention the names now because I'm actually in the works of approaching them to get into the ring, so I don't want to throw that out there yet, but there are 3 names in the entertainment space that I would love to get into the ring with. Just to, cross a few T's and dot a few I's. And let's really see, how it rolls out because I noticed that at the end of boxing, no matter what, I always see them giving love afterwards. I always see that handshake of gratitude to be like, thank you for the fight. Even though you got your ass whooped, there's always that thank you for the fight, which I want to show people that you don't need to bitch and moan and swear each other or deface each other. We can get in the ring, can settle it like how men settle it. Men can smack each other now and be like, okay, shit, you whipped my ass. So,
100%.
I want females to be able to do the same thing instead of us having this hate speech and hurting each other. Us as women, we get hurt enough. So I want us women to stand together.
It's almost like just squashing whatever you have.
The drama, squash the beef, man. Let's get in the ring and get our hands dirty and then let it be that. We don't need to now go to social media and deface each other at all. I think that bullying is really unnecessary, especially at this big age.
So with your work schedule that you have, because this is a sort of a side thing for you, boxing, but it's also like a lifestyle, I'd say.
Yeah.
When realistically could we possibly see you defending that belt?
Well, Tumelo and Njilo actually spoke about the Durban July, a fight happening in the Durban July, which is next month. Well, not next month, but the following month.
Yes.
So yeah, let's see. Let's see what they bring to the table. And if nothing, I will definitely be creating my own.
Okay.
Definitely. It's a definite. I'm in the works of it already.
I wanted to discuss this as well because we saw at Second Sight Promotion, obviously, Akira, who's also involved in the logistics of the tournaments as well,
Yes.
of the one that you boxed at.
Yes.
And then you had Big Zulu there. He's like the main draw card, and he was sitting in the crowd, and I believe you're also friends with him.
Yes, Big Zulu is amazing, and he is actually an amazing boxer as well. I had no idea his skills were like that. A little birdie told me that he was supposed to win that fight, and the title is actually supposed to be his. So I think a rematch needs to definitely happen between him and Njilo. I'm actually gonna bat my eyelids for that one, but when I say a humble man, as big as Big Zulu is, I have never met a more inspiring person. Like, let's leave entertainment out of it. When you have a conversation with that man, he is always smiling. His energy is always up. He's always got encouraging words. It was him, me, and Sheldon. Sheldon from Legends, the owner of Legends. And, you know, the energy is just right. They've got the right mindset for this kind of thing. I mean, Sheldon was a sponsor, the main sponsor for the Legends Challenge.
Yes.
So it was nice to be around my own people in the entertainment space. And moving forward, they both want to jump on board with this whole boxing thing. So I'm like, yes, let's do it. Like, I mean, who doesn't want to see women in a ring, you know? In like a little hot shorts and some like bralettes, you know, make it cute. Yeah.
Do you think that you and Big Zulu will ever feature on the same event?
Well, you guys are just going to have to wait and see, because I don't want to give away too much, but that's what the dream is.
Yeah.
I want to bring as many people in the entertainment industry together, not only to fund these things, to be spokespeople for these things, but because we have the platforms.
Yeah.
Our platforms need to be used for the right reasons. And this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, going from an entertainer from the age of 12 to TV presenting, to getting my hands dirty, getting a bloody nose, getting a broken jaw, or whatever the case may be. But the encouragement behind it is what I want to do mostly. We have these platforms. The influencers have hundreds of thousands of followers. The rappers and DJs have millions of followers. So why not use it to push their businesses, but also to push the sport and collaborate both? I mean, boxing is entertainment.
Yes.
So why not add a little bit of some pizzazz to it, you know? Have some beautiful women, beautiful men, kids even. Like, we can do so much. The apparel, the merchandise, the events, everything from, like, literally everything. There's no limits when it comes to boxing. So this is why I'm so excited. I know it's a hobby. Well, it was a hobby for me. I really want to put it in the front line now and maybe take it up professionally. Who knows?
Wow, that would be quite a statement as well. I mean,
Yeah.
that for you to just take it as a hobby and then take it to the next level. I want to ask you a quick question. You don't have to give me a long explanation.
Okay.
There was rumors of Casper and Jovest fighting Big Zulu at one stage as well, and I actually did the build-up for that. Both of the guys had back and forths,
Okay.
and they were going to. In fact, I think it was the first time Big Zulu actually did an interview in English on my channel. Yeah, I believe
Okay.
so. So
Yeah, he does nothing in English.
so he did it, and basically I think that was to drive the fight.
Okay.
What is your thoughts on that fight, and do you think it'll ever happen?
I think Casper Nyovest is a business extraordinaire when it comes to seeing a product and being able to sell it. Him and Big Zulu are powerhouses, so getting them in the ring, if they have the right narrative as entertainers as well, you must understand that a lot of kids look up to them. So if they narrate it in the right way, I feel like that would be a game changer. Big Zulu and Casper Nyovest, are you joking? Are you kidding me? And they both can fight.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, they both can fight.
That
Oh
doesn't
God,
make it easy, huh?
that does not make it easy at all. Who would win?
That's the question. Maybe you can stay on the fence for that one.
Yeah, I'm not. I plead the fifth. I plead the-
That's a hard one. You don't want to obviously. It is a difficult one to predict because they both have big right hands, and that's what I've seen from what my experience in the
Yeah.
industry. Ashleigh, thank you very much for coming on to SA Boxing Talk and having a chat. Is there anything lastly that you want to leave us with?
I want to tell all the boxers that they need to also put in some work and get us, like, encourage us to do this, because you guys are the ones that have the experience. We need to get encouragement from you professionals and maybe some training from you guys, and maybe do like a workshop or something, but because we don't know what we're doing. But if we had the professionals backing us up and encouraging us, then we would use our platforms to get everybody else to do it.
Yeah.
So I think that the professionals, as boxers, as title holders, maybe you should put something on the line. Give us something to put our money on.
Food for thoughts. Thank you very much again for coming on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.